Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, where today we're going to start a series that is slightly different in the sense that typically when we approach this game we're always talking about, should I get this tank? Should I earn this tank? What tech tree is the best? What top tier vehicle is the best? Which one should I grind for? And that all makes a lot of sense because you don't want to be spending your time playing a video game only to realise that what you're working towards is an absolute, steaming wreck of a dumpster fire. So, with the help of Wargaming, I have been given the information about the Cold War tech trees. Specifically, tech tree tanks, I should say. I have been given the bottom 10 tech tree tanks in the entirety of Cold War. And in this video, we're starting off with number 1. And when I say number 1, I don't mean like the best of the bottom 10. I mean the worst of the bottom 10. This is the least played vehicle in the whole of Cold War. Tech tree, not talking about premiums. This is the least played tech tree vehicle in the entirety of Cold War. This is the Type 63HG. Eastern Alliance Era 2 light tank. And when I say light tank, it isn't. It is, but it isn't. We'll get into that in a second. But I have played several games in this tank because I need to get the footage for this video, and it didn't take me very long to realise just why this is the least played vehicle. This vehicle's a bit of an enigma. It's weird, it's wild, it's bizarre in my opinion, because it can be phenomenally awful. It defies words. But then at the same time, it can be absolutely phenomenal. It is a bizarre gaming experience. And what you're seeing here is, this is actually the first game I one-marked the Type 63HG in this game, because I did do the grind. I did grind this vehicle all the way through when I was playing this tech tree, so I already had it, fairly high with the marks. But I one-marked it in this game. But at the moment, I've got it set up as a light tank. I put a light tank crew in it. I've got light tank equipment on it. And I'm trying to play it like a light tank, although at the moment, it's clicked in my head how I need to play this thing, and I'm not playing it like a traditional light tank. I'm actually playing it like a medium, and if you're going to suffer through this vehicle, that's how you need to play it. You need to set it up and play it like it's a medium, because this thing is an absolute monstrosity. It is enormous, and the size of this vehicle is consistently the biggest problem with it. And at the end of this, at the end of my life in this game and the end of my life in the next game, you'll see why. This vehicle is consistently taken out by the same thing, and it's always the same problem. So here we go. I was full health going into this. I am almost not full health now. Ignis is very good. That is, you can't escape the fact that the Ignis is very good. He takes me out with the just the impact of the ATGM. But this thing, as you saw there, it's enormous for a start, and secondly, it's got no armor. So a tank with a gun like the Ignis will not miss. It just won't miss. No gun in this game is going to miss you, because you are that big. So that game I did quite well, finished second. That was the light tank approach. Now this here is a fully medium tank approach. I didn't start this game thinking, oh, I might try play it like a light tank. No, I went into this thinking, right, this is a medium, and I'm going to play it like a medium. And you'll see exactly what I mean by that. I'm taking a wide line. And that's exactly what I would do with a medium. I'm not rushing in. I'm not trying to be the first in to get spots and spotting assist. And none of that. We're not playing this like a light. We're playing this like it's a medium. If I had to say something positive about the Type 63HG, it would be its gun. It hits for an average of 460 alpha, which, for a light tank, that's quite good. That's medium heavy range territory from a gun performance point of view. 460 alpha, that's very, very good, and it's got 570 on its secondary. But that's about it. That really is about all I can say that is good about this tank. It is not very quick. It sounds like a rusty tin can with rocks rattling around inside it. It's enormous. It sounds awful. It's got no armor. It's impossible to hide because it's just so goddamn big. And you've got very little gun depression off at any point of the vehicle. And so it is very, very difficult to play. And you can go from, as you saw in that previous game, you can go from being okay to in the crap within a split second. You can go from thinking, oh, okay, I'm going to take on this Ignis. Because typically in a light tank, type the Scorpion 90, you're like, yeah, I'll take on an Ignis. I'm small, I'm rapid, I'm quick, just pop, pop, pop with the gun, just circle around. It's easy to get into the same mindset with this thing because you think it's a light tank. This thing, you just cannot play it the same way. And unfortunately, well, I'll say unfortunately, what I'm doing right now is the best way to play this tank. What you want is you want team support around you. You don't want to be the furthest forward. You want to be in a position of advantage where the enemy team exposes themselves. And like I said at the start, this tank can be phenomenally bad and phenomenally good at the same time. And the previous game highlighted that it was good until it wasn't. And in this game, it's exactly the same. It's going to be good until it isn't. And you're riding a knife's edge with this vehicle, and that is why this tank, as of the information I was provided, this tank has got less than 100,000 battles in it. And when you consider how many people play this game, and Era 2 is quite popular because Era 2 is like the tier 8 of Cold War. That's where most of the premiums are. That's where the focus is from a development point of view and new tanks coming in. When you consider all that Era 2's got going for it, and this is an Era 2 tank, well, that speaks for itself, really, doesn't it? I mean, this vehicle, it's not very good, but it can be good. It's just so weird. So what's happening in this replay right now is I'm just playing this ridge because I can't go down. Well, I'm playing it like a medium, so I'd play a Leopard 1 like this anyway, because this is, you can work the gun quite nicely. But I'm constantly concerned that I'm poking my nose out too far. Even though I've got a rock to my right, I'm still conscious that my ass is hanging out the other end of the rock because this thing is a ship. I think battleships have a better time of hiding themselves than this thing. So it's constantly thinking, I'm gonna get shot. I'm not gonna bounce anything, and it's just bloody hard work. And the really sad part about this vehicle is that it is shaped. It looks like a boat. It's a boat, and I had a game on. Oh, the new one that's based in Italy, where you've got the beach down the northern edge of the map. I was playing on that map, and I'm in a boat. I'm thinking, I'm in a boat. I'll just drive into the like. No, you sink. I'm like, it does. It's a boat. It. Come on, it's a boat. Let me play it like a boat. At least let this thing float. Wargaming. Come on, throw this thing a bone. I mean, come on now. Anyway, We are at 6,359 damage, which, you know, granted, we are at that level because we have played a position of advantage very, very carefully, and we were very hesitant about being aggressive in any shape or form. But now that we're at 4 versus 4, I can't just afford to sit up on this hill and snipe. There's too few players left in the game, and it's at this point, this point here, where I think to myself, I probably need to come down. Oh, I'm slipped. Okay. All right, no, all right. I know there's a Begleiter Panzer down here. I'm on 1600 health. He's on a 2-shot for me. All right, I'll go get this guy. Oh crap, my shot missed. Don't worry, doesn't matter. I've got smoke. Doesn't matter. I've got smoke. I'll put a shot into him. I'll pop my smoke. I'll hide in the smoke. Wait for the reload, and I'll kill him. No. This thing is the size of a country. You can't even hide in smoke. The Begleiter Panzer couldn't see me, but he still hit me because this thing is enormous. Oh. Lord have mercy on Type 63 HD drivers. Nevertheless, 4 kills, the team managed to pull off the win and we get MVP. 7,053, what's that, 52 damage? 52 damage, yeah. Hard work. Hard work. But you can do well. But it can also be awful. It's like, oh, I don't know. So there you go, guys. The Type 63 HG, the least played tech tree vehicle in the entirety of Cold War. Next up, we'll be taking a look at the next vehicle. I won't tell you what it is. Got to wait for it. But for now, if you want to play, if you really want to suffer, if you really want to suffer in Cold War, specifically Era 2, play the Type 63 HG. It can be amazing, but it is also absolutely awful at the same time, and that is why hardly anybody plays it. So there you go. That's all I've got for this video, guys. If you've enjoyed it, please leave it a like, if not a dislike. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you in the next one.